Okay, if you've been following the news since last week, you know that Clawdbot has taken over the internet, where it's an AI agent that can live inside your computer and be your 24/7 assistant, right? That's nothing new. And apparently they changed the name to now OpenClaw, by the way. You should probably make up their mind, but it goes from Clawbot to Moltbot to now OpenClaw. Wow, crazy. Name changes. Anyways, if you think the hype has kind of died down a little bit, well, you're kind of mistaken. So something called Moltbook just got released, and apparently it is the social network for AI agents. So in this video, I'm going to break down what Moltbook actually is, what it is under the hood, and how you can set one up in under 5 minutes. I actually prepared a cool document actually to go over this. So what is Moltbook? So Moltbook, what it is a Reddit-style social network where only AI agents can post, comment, and vote. The humans, they can browse and watch, but they cannot participate. So if you go back to the Moltbook, right, it's basically what they call a social network for AI agents, and you can see if you're a human or you're an agent. If you're a human, then you can just send these instructions to the agent, which is your Clawbot or your OpenClaw agent, and then they will sign up on your behalf, and your Clawbot can apparently post things in here, just like Reddit, comment on here, you can do all sorts of stuff, share things on here, etc. So these posts, by the way, are all done by the AI, someone else's AI. My human is stuck in its help from AI mind like yours. They've been trying to generate Tibia videos. And in theory, other AI agents can interact and comment on this post, right? It's basically a social network for these AI agents. And it's more to me actually like a social experiment, just to see what happens if you let agents just communicate and interact with each other. Because we've seen AI agents in 2025 is the year of AI agents, right? It's actually a very interesting concept, to be fair. With 2026, seeing multi-agents, like agents to agents collaborate with each other. It's not as much collaborate, but just communicate with each other and see what happens if humans can't really interfere, right? And you can click on these submodes, and within these submodes, you can see like the most featured posts done by the AI agent, and this AI agent can comment, right? So what makes it so special and what it is under the hood? It's what we use is called an API first design. If you don't know what this is, it's just basically a means of one app to communicate with another application, right? So there's no login and type like a normal social media. So there's no like login accounts like your Instagram or TikTok, right? The AI agents interact entirely through API calls, and which you'll see in a bit. The website you see is just a read-only view of a human. So as a human like me, I'm just viewing anything, but I can't actually comment on this, right? Oops, someone not found. There's some bug here for sure. But as a human, you can't really comment on this, right? It's only for AI. And here's actually how you register. So which I'll show you in a bit. But basically, the agent will basically cause to register to the endpoint, and they'll get an API key. Then the human will post a verification tweet, right? So the human will do that as a verification step. But afterward, it's all done by the AI, where the AI is now claimed by the system, and your Clawbot or your AI agent can now freely post on Moltbook, right? So how it actually works is that it's actually what we call a skill-based integration. If you didn't know, OpenClaw uses a lot of what we call skills and plugins. So skills, right, are basically folders, right, to basically teach the AI agent how to use these tools. For example, if I download a web search skill, that teaches the agent how to use this web search tool to research the internet, right? If I download a Google Calendar skills or Google Workspace skills, that actually teaches your Clawbot or your AI agent how to navigate around the Google Workspace, like how to connect to your email, how to use your Google Calendar, right? How to use your WhatsApp, for example, if you use the WhatsApp. It's not really a skill for WhatsApp, but you get the point, right? It's basically teaching the agent how to do certain things. And like other skills, within Moltbook is actually a skill as well. So it's teaching the agent how to use the Moltbook API, how to basically post things on Reddit, essentially. This is basically documentation, the AI reads and follows. And very importantly, the Moltbook has a heartbeat system where the AI actually encouraged to check the Moltbook every 4 hours, right? Around 4 hours for a scheduled routine. And that keeps them alive in the community rather than just registering this way. Because there's always a risk where if you don't tell them, don't have this system set up, your agent will just register and they won't post anything, right? They just won't post anything. They won't engage with the posts and everything. And this kind of social network will just become kind of dead in a sense, right? So what you really have to do is having some sort of hybrid system where the agents keep every few hours keep kind of triggered and do some engagement within this platform, right? You can post and comment. You can upvote and downvote just like Reddit. There's submodes, right? As you can see here, submodes. I just showed you. Submodes are basically like subreddits if you use Reddit. You can follow other agents and you can produce personalized feeds. So now I'm actually going to show you how you can quickly install that. So the first thing you want to do, obviously, is to download OpenClaw or Clawdbot if you haven't. I already covered that in a previous video. If you want to, you can just follow the link and here, point it here. I'll put it in the end of the video. You can just click here, and then you can go through the entire 20 minutes setup guide. But for now, I'm assuming that you guys already have set up the OpenClaw like this, right? So you can talk to it and say hi, and it will respond. And now this is a great place to start. Now, the first thing you actually want to do is to install the Moltbook skill locally, right? What this actually allows you is that it basically installs the instructions, as you see, the skills folder are basically instructions on how the agent should be able to use Moltbook, right? So I'm just going to copy all of that. I'm just going to paste it in the terminal. Also, just to give you an idea, just so that it doesn't feel like such a, magic, you can actually read through this and actually do it manually. It basically is actually, I feel like it's a very good read, especially if you want to understand how it works under the hood. So basically, you have different skill files. So you have the skills. You have the heartbeat, which is, again, I told you, which is the kind of the polling at every few hours, encourages the agent to basically do some sort of engagement, the messaging, etc. Right? So you have 4 different API endpoints. Again, these are just basically ways to allow the agent to be interacting with the Moltbook platform, right? And you need to register. Basically, every agent needs to register and claim by the human, right, etc. And basically, these are instructions on telling the agent how to set up, right? So if you register, make sure you actually use the Moltbook. Most agents have a periodic heartbeat or check-in routine. Add Moltbook to yours so you don't forget to participate, right? So step 1, add to your heartbeat file. Step 2, track what you last checked. Step 3, that's it, right, etc. Right? And so this is, again, a set of instructions for your Clawdbot. So what you can do to the agent actually quite easily is to read the moltbook.com skill.md and follow the instruction to join Moltbook, right? And just click send, and then there will be some form of back and forth you're going to have in terms of the conversation with the agent. So you can do it this way, and then the agent, your Clawdbot agent, will do this for you automatically, right? But I'm not going to do this here, actually. What I actually want to show you is actually kind of a little bit more manually, so you actually understand what your Clawdbot is actually underneath the hood. So the first thing your agent should be doing really is to actually register your agent through your API. This basically gives you a place to register with the platform, right? So all you have to do is actually call this API endpoint. So if you go to your terminal, you can also, if you have Postman, by the way, you can also do this in Postman. But for now, I'm just going to do this in terminal. So you can basically give it a name and a description. So I'm just going to call it lobster 22567E. And the description is what your agent does, right? This is good enough. And then just click enter. So now this will actually call the Moltbook API endpoint and actually try to register your agent name and the description and actually register your agent into their system. Okay, I have no idea why this is. Probably because the name is already taken for the lobster 22567E because the name's taken. So I just try it again with Legacy AI agent, and then now it works. So basically what happens is you will say the success is true, and then the message is welcome to Moltbook. And you have your own agent ID with this specific ID. You've got the name of the agent, you've got the API key. Again, the API key is basically for you to be using every time now not you, but like the Clawdbot to use to actually do posting, comment, and upvote. So you need to save this somewhere safe, secure. And you have the claim URL, which basically you would need to actually go to this URL and do a verification Twitter post to make sure that you're a human, right? And you have this verification code, and then you also have the profile URL and created ads, etc. Right? So all you have to do now really is go to this page, which basically should be a claim URL site. And as you can see, you have the Legacy AI agent, the name and the description of the agent, and then the second one is to post this twist, and then you have this verification code to verify, and then your bot will be officially registered or created an account inside the Moltbook, and now your Clawdbot can just freely post, comment, and subscribe. So you can just gonna post this verification tweet. I'm not gonna do that because first of all, I don't really use Twitter and I don't really want to create it for now. But yeah, that's just how you would do it to complete the steps. You'll just need to, again, as you can see, you can verify the ownership through Twitter and X, visit the claim URL and post a verification tweet to activate your agent, right? Again, the API key, you need to save this immediately, send this to yourself, as you can see just now, right? You get the idea. And then the fourth step, you need to save your credentials. Probably need to save your API key using this command. But then I'm not going to be saving this because I'm not really going to create this. But yeah, this is actually how you can activate your agent in Moltbook, and it will just then do the posting on the Reddit. But just to give you an idea, by the way, how to post like this, kind of what the Clawdbot is actually doing under the hood, if you allow it to do it manually, is to actually go through this endpoint called v1.post using your specific API key. Obviously, this one is no longer valid. And then you basically do the name of the subreddit, the title of the Reddit, and also the content that you want to post, right, etc. So yeah, this is just a high-level overview of how you can register or set up your Clawdbot agent on Moltbook, and it should be it's actually a really fun experiment just to see what happens when AI agents communicate with each other. Obviously, don't actually take this too seriously. It's like just a cool demo to actually showcase. Again, production-wise, don't actually use it. It could be really unsafe, by the way. To have your agent running like that in the background is a cool experiment, I think. It's a cool social experiment to actually see how AI agents communicate with each other. But yeah, just take this with cautions. But yeah, if you enjoyed this kind of content, remember to like, comment, subscribe. And if you're a business owner looking for AI automation solutions, you're more than welcome to use the link in the description to book a free discovery call with me and my team. But yeah, that's it for me. Have a good one.